Hi, ladies. Welcome to your workout today. We are going to do a real quick full body circuit, starting with a warm up. Then, as you get a sip of water, I'm going to demo all 7 of the exercises. We're going to work for 40 seconds, 15 seconds break. We're going to repeat the circuit 3 times, and then we'll do a little cool down. So, when we're not doing as many exercises, this is a really good opportunity to really challenge yourself with the weight you're doing. Just because we're doing it circuit style does not mean that you can be going really lightweight for really high reps. You can still really challenge yourselves here, even if you're working on that progressive overload. So each time you work out, the weights are getting slightly heavier, and you're really pushing yourself. So for that muscle build, that strength, you want to stay in about an 8 rep range. So pushing yourself that if you're going, 10, 12, 15 reps with this circuit style, that you pick heavier weights, you add a tempo, you do what you need to do to really try to stay in that muscle build, more of that body composition rep range versus when we're in a higher rep range, you're going to be working your endurance. So not building as much muscle and potentially burning lean muscle versus body fat. So my preference is always about an 8 rep range here. And the reason I love a circuit style is because we can all go at our own pace. If I was to count out my own 8 reps, you might only be at 6, or if I'm counting 8 and you hit 10. So that's why when we do it circuit style, we can still really play around with the weight we use. And if you're targeting body composition, this is a really great way to still make sure you're pushing yourself. So with that, we are going to warm up. After we've done our warm up, I'll demo the exercises we're doing, and then we're going to get right into it. So if you have a fitness watch, set your fitness watch for whatever you'd like it to be. And we're going to start our warm up. So for our warm up, come into some arm circles. So just nice big arm circles. So I'll go over the exercises just verbally, what we're going to do, and then I will show you. We're going to do our all-time favorite. We're starting out with our Z press, super tap, going right into a renegade row with a pull through. Goblet squat, so starting to target our legs, switch directions on these arm circles. Goblet squats or reverse lunge with a bicep curl at the top. And then our dumbbell RDL plus an upright row, push-ups, and we'll end off with some dead bugs. All right. Let's stretch those arms back. Good. Let's push those hands away. So again, we're going to be working for 40 seconds here today. 15 seconds of rest, not a lot of rest. Okay, we're going to come into 15 body weight squats. So try not to rush here. We want to have optimal form, feet a little wider than hips. If it feels comfortable, turn your toes out slightly. We want our knees slightly coming out to the side, not caving inwards, making room for those hips as we come down into a squat. Back up, keeping your chest nice and high. I don't want you folding forward. For 3, 4, nice. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Keep that core engaged. 10, 5 more. 11, 12, 13, 2 more. 14, last one, and 15. Good. Come to the back of your workout space for some inchworms. So as we do an inchworm, we're going to fold at the waist, send our hips back, fingertips come out, walking into that plank. Hold your plank, shoulder tap, inchworm your way back up to standing. Let's do that again. Shoulder tap. Don't forget that tap. Good. 3 more just like this. Hopefully you feel that stretch in the hamstrings as you fold. And as you inch your way back, try to keep those legs straight if you can. For 2. Good. Last inchworm here. Really working to warm up the body. Back up to standing. Good. Whew. Day 1 of my cycle, wearing my comfy pants, definitely listening to my body a little bit more today. Reverse lunge, start at the top of that mat. We're gonna step that right foot back or left foot back, hold into that reverse lunge, come into a slight twist, back to center, step forward. Opposite leg steps back, slight twist. Good, we're gonna do this a few more times on each side, just really warming up the body, alternating which leg steps back, and then twisting over that front leg. Good. Nice, few more. Good, really working through those hip flexors, adding that little rotational twist, working on our stability here. One more each side. Nice. Good. All right, so body's warm, heart rate's up. Grab a sip of water. I'm gonna put on my little exercise gloves. Whew. Already feeling that. It's a Sunday today, day one of a cycle. Husband has the flu or something that he's been in bed all day, so it's a fun Sunday. All right, so we're gonna start with our Z press. Down on the ground for these, I'm gonna demo, and then we will get started. So have a sip of water. If you wanna work through a few more stretches, you can do that while you watch the demo. Dumbbells up by the shoulders, legs nice and wide, anchoring through those legs, toes pull back towards the body, pressing straight up and down. Good. That's a Z press. Then we're gonna go right into our renegade row plus a pull through. I'm only gonna use one dumbbell here. We're gonna be in a plank position. Dumbbell starts by one hand. You're gonna row up, put that hand back down. Opposite hand's gonna pull it through to row. Back to where we begin. Row, hand down, pull it through, row. So that's our little renegade row variation, adding that pull through to really work the oblique. Then we're coming into a goblet squat. I'm gonna do my goblet squat with my heels elevated because I really wanna work on my depth. So to do that, you can take your dumbbells. You can elevate your heels, one heel on each dumbbell, heels nice and high. We're coming into a goblet, heavy dumbbell at your chest, and sinking down nice and low. See how much lower I can get here? Good. That is our goblet squat. And we're coming into a reverse lunge plus bicep curl. So we're gonna bicep curl at the top. Good. Step one foot back, forward, bicep curl at the top. Opposite foot steps back, bicep curl at the top. So we're bicep curling when both feet come back to center into our neutral stance. Whew, heart rate is already going up. All right, so next we're gonna be doing our RDL with an upright row, feet hip width. This is our hinge motion, hips back, slight bend to your knees. Hips come forward, right into that upright row. What that looks like from the front, hips back, core engaged, hips forward, upright row. Dumbbells stay together, elbows come out to the side. Okay, then, as if we're gonna have a ton of gas in the tank, we're coming into push-ups for number 6. You have the option full form, hands are wider than shoulder, elbows are coming back versus out to the side. You're in a plank position here, core pulled in, bringing that chest nice and low, pushing back up. You can drop the knees, do not cross the ankles. You can drop the knees, toes can stay down, and you're coming down, elbows still coming back versus out. So here's the front version. So you can see my elbows are coming more back than they are coming out to the side. Whew. Lastly, grab your pair of dumbbells, coming down to your back, both dumbbells elevated, Knees are directly over the hips. Don't let them come in past that hip. Alternating one leg at a time with that lower back staying grounded. So we tend in this position, as one leg goes out, the opposite leg comes back in. This is going to mean that the core is working much less. When that leg comes out, this knee needs to stay right over the hip. Belly button is driving through the body here to keep that lower back planted. So we have 7 exercises in total. Whew. I'm using a 30 and 20 instead of 15. So toning down it a little bit, but still going to be very challenging, those 15 on my Z press, on my renegade rows, on my bicep curls, and on those upright rows. A little bit lighter for my legs, with the goblet squat being a 30 and the reverse lunge in my RDL with a 15. But still, you can challenge yourself with a slower tempo. So if you don't have a super heavy dumbbell and you want to target your glute and leg strength with your goblet, you're going to come down for more of a 3 count. 1, 2, 3, 3 counts out. 1, 2, 3. So adding in tempo is going to make these exercises harder. So I'm going to take a sip of water. 40 seconds is going to come on the clock. 15 seconds of rest. We're starting with our Z press on the ground. Whew. I hope you guys are ready for this one. Full body. And I'm going to press start 10 seconds. Z press coming up first. All right, here we go. Oh. Legs nice and wide. Dumbbells at our shoulders. And pressing up. Good job. This is bringing a lot of core in. 40 seconds is going to seem like a long time. Good. We are halfway through. Nice. Like, notice how I'm stopping at the bottom here, trying to catch my breath. I'm not powering through these Z presses. I'm trying to hit that optimal form and rest. Woo. Okay, we're putting one of our dumbbells away. We're coming into our renegade row plus that pull through. That pull through is really going to bring our core activation. Step back into your plank. You can also do this in tabletop if you need to. We're in plank, we're rowing. Put that down, pull it through. Good. So if you want to come into a modified plank, you can still do that. That core engaged. Don't let it sink out. Pull that weight through. Row. Woo. Good. This one is so tough. Pull it through. Row, elbow towards the hip, and rest. So as we're rowing, we're not coming up to our shoulder. We're coming back to our hip. All right. Goblet squat. I'm coming heels elevated. Quick transition. And time on the clock. Here we go. So if you have your heels elevated, we have our dumbbell at our chest, sinking down. 40 seconds on the clock is so long. 15 seconds feels so short. Good. Halfway. Nice. Keep that chest lifted. We're sinking through the glutes, hinging at the hips, bending at the knee. Nice. 5 seconds. And rest. Don't go too far. 15 seconds right into our bicep curls with our reverse lunge. Our upper body should be fatiguing. All right, I'm going to start with the bicep curl. So we're not doing hammers. Palms face forward, curl up. And we're stepping one foot back, sinking into that lunge, back to center. Bicep curl. Back to that reverse lunge. Woo. Bicep curl. Good. Slow and steady with your bicep curl. Palms facing up. We're not hammer curling with dumbbells facing forward. Really targeting our biceps, our quads, and rest. Good. Don't go anywhere with your dumbbells. You're going into an RDL plus an upright row. 5 seconds to catch your breath. Good. Remember, this is a hinge motion. Think hip press, but we're standing. Hips back, knees slightly bent. Thrust those hips forward, squeeze the glute, no hyperextension. Upright row. Hips back, slight bend to the knees, flat neutral spine, elbows up. Good. Back into your deadlift. Nice. Good. Complete the deadlift before you upright row. And rest. Woo, push-ups, ladies. Here we go. 8 seconds. I'm going to be doing modified today. Maybe you're challenging yourself. If you're doing modified, you're in a modified plank, coming down and up. Good. Come down nice and low, chest hovers, core is engaged. You can pause at the top if you need to take a moment. You don't have to rush through your reps. Nice. Woo. Warm now. One more in and rest. All right, into our dead bug. Then we have a water break. So you can use your dumbbells to make your dead bug a little bit more challenging. Arms extend up and lowering one leg at a time, making sure that opposite leg doesn't come in and making sure your lower back stays grounded. We're really working our lower core, our deeper core stability here, slow and steady. Notice if you're really trying to rush this one. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Less than 10. Core's on fire. Oh, and rest. Good job. Oh. Oh. All right, take a sip of water. We're not going to take too long of a break, about a minute between. And then we're going to go right back in. Oh. All right. Good. Slow that heart rate down. Take a few really nice, deep, mindful breaths. Please let me know which one here you feel is the hardest. For me, definitely those renegade rows. I don't like those even on the best of days, let alone day one of my cycle. Horrible, don't like them. Love doing rows when I'm not in a plank. Okay, Z press. I like to do everything my shoulders. Dead bugs, love. Push-ups, not too bad. Reverse lunge. I'm still working through a little bit of knee issues on the right, so I feel a little less stable when I step that right knee back. Little imbalance in that right quad that I'm working through, but we'll get there. Okay, guys, let's go right into our Z press. Heart rate came down nicely. Let's go. 10 seconds on the clock. I will regret this short break in about 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. 40 seconds pressing up. Good. Core is in. Try to keep that neck relaxed. Really using those shoulders here to press up. Woo. Nice. Good. Woo, man. 10 more seconds. Shoulders on fire. On fire. 5 seconds. Good. And rest, guys. Renegade rows, my favorite. Here we go. Let's get into our plank or our modified plank. If neither of these are comfortable, you can do a standing alternating bent over row. So you're just rowing, alternating here, times on the clock, whichever variation you're choosing. If you're going heavy for shoulders, holding that plank and doing your renegade row might be super tough. Decide how you're showing up for yourself today. Even though it's day 1 of my cycle, I never advocate for no movement. I advocate for listening to your body and meeting it where it is. My energy is a little bit lower and rest. I'm able to push myself through some of them fairly good, but I'm going to modify others just to really meet myself where my energy is today. No shame in the modification game. Ladies, here we go. Goblet squat. Time's on the clock. Let me know if you like elevating your heels. Do you feel it more in your quads? I sure do. Good. I can also get lower. My chest can stay more upright. Oh, that heart rate. Nice and high. So we have upper body, 3 legs, another upper body, 4, rest. Okay, reverse lunge, bicep curl. Get those dumbbells ready. So what I mean hammer curl is when our dumbbells are facing our body, our palms are facing our body, bicep curl, palm faces forward. So let's start with that bicep curl, time's on the clock, reverse lunge, bicep curl, reverse lunge, other side, alternating. Woo. Second round, feeling much spicier. Good, try to keep those elbows into your side. We're not swinging our arms to get that curl, slow and with control. Nice. Oh, and rest. Okay. Don't know why I put those way over there. We are doing our RDL upright row. Romanian deadlift, feet hip width, hips back. Good. Back to center, upright. Hips back to center, upright. Good. Finish each movement independently of the other. Good. Woo. Round 2. Almost done. Good. Oh man, what was I thinking? Shoulder, shoulder, shoulder. Good. All right. Dumbbells down. Push-ups. Okay. Modified for me. Let's see how many full form you guys can do. Let me know. Let me know where you are with your push-ups. Here we go. So if you're modified, you're in that plank still. Cores in, lowering down. Good. Spine stays nice and neutral. You're not here with your bum up. Bum comes down with your back. Woo. If even modified is a little too difficult, you can grab a chair and put your hands on the chair, elevate your upper body. You can do the same on the wall and then make your way down and modified on the floor. One more, guys. Good. Whew. Grab those dumbbells again. We're coming back into our dead bugs. We have 5 seconds. All right, here we go. Dumbbells up. Knees are directly over your hip. One leg at a time. Don't let that other leg come in at the same time. What's going on here? Lower back is grounding into the mat. You need to take a moment at the top to reset your pelvis. Bring that slight posterior tilt. Nice, deep, strong core activation. Good. This one gets me fired right up. So tough. If at any point the weight is too much, drop the dumbbells and keep the arms elevated, or you can alternate opposite arm to leg. Rest, ladies. Whew, one more round. Then we're in that cool down, nice, quick full body circuit to really get your shoulders on fire. All right. Oh, good. So I like to watch my heart rate recovery. So as I take this break, my heart rate's at about 135, 140. Let's see how quickly it can come down. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Good. Keep doing that for a few more moments. All right, already down to 110. Good. One more breath in. Slow release. Good. Nice. At 100 for heart rate recovery. So how quickly our heart rate can come down from that elevated state is also a marker of your progression in your fitness. So as we all strive for potential body composition changes, so adding that lean muscle at the same time as losing body fat, there are so many other markers of health that I really hope women start to incorporate, because health starts and finishes in so many different aspects. How we look, how we feel, what the scale is saying, what our measurements are doing, how we're sleeping, how we're eating, how our body systems are responding are also so important. So heart rate variable, heart rate recovery, those are some things I really like to look at for if I'm in a strained state. Do I need to deload a little bit? How's my recovery been? How's my sleep been? So these are all aspects of fitness that I bring in, not just movement and nutrition. So with that, let's start the timer. Last round, and then we're gonna cool down in child pose, some cat and cow, really nourishing that relaxation response at the end of this workout. So let's start the timer, 10 seconds. Let's get into those Z presses. These are my client Crystal's absolute favorite exercise. Crystal, if you're doing this exercise, I know you're probably cursing me right now, but engage that core, press those dumbbells up. You've got this. Let's keep going. I am so proud of all of you guys for challenging yourselves during these workouts. I really hope when you see me struggle, it really just shows how tough you can make these workouts, how you can modify these workouts for however you're feeling, but really just feeling proud of yourself for showing up for this movement. Let's get one more in. We have 3 seconds. Press up and okay, I'm modifying my renegade rows again. So you're either in your renegade row, your plank, your modified plank, or you're here with me for a bent over, core engaged, slight bend to your knee, one elbow rows back at a time. Really Squeezing that shoulder blade back. Feeling my lats firing up here. Good. My elbows coming back to my hips, not up to my shoulders. And I'm not losing that core connection, even in this bench over state, this hinge position. And put a lot of load on that lower back if your core is not engaged here. Almost ready for our rest. 2, 1. We are done with that. Goblet squat. All right. Elevating my heels. Just helps me sink into my hips a little bit more. Helps me fire up those quads. All right, here we go. 40 seconds. Nice. I want you going nice and heavy here. If you're not, tempo, tempo, tempo. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Whoo, under fire. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Pressing up, flowing control. Good. 5 seconds. And rest. Whoo. Ladies. Good. All right. We are here. Reverse lunge, bicep curl. Curl first. 1 foot steps back. Curl. Work those bicep muscles. Good job. Nice. Just slow and controlled and moving. We don't have to move quick to really get that heart rate up, especially if we're moving heavy weight. Heart rate will elevate naturally here. And rest. All right, I did this last time too. RDL, upright row. Almost done our leg. Feet hip width, hinge at the waist, bum goes back, hips forward, upright row. Bum back. Good. Keep going. Nice. Good job, guys. Ten seconds. We're almost done. Ooh. 3 seconds. Let's get one more rep. And upright row. Good. Weights down. Let's get ready for our final round of push-ups. I'm still here modified. Hands a little wider than shoulder width. In my modified plank. Bum is coming down with my back. Spine is staying neutral. I'm not wrenching my neck forward. Nice soft neck here. Good. Core in, lowering down. Ooh. Good, ladies, 10 seconds. Get one more. And rest. Oh, amazing. Amazing, amazing. Okay, let's get down here. Woo. Dumbbells up, dead bugs. If you'd like to drop your dumbbells at this point, you can, especially if you're feeling a lot of shoulder fatigue. Alternating those legs. Watch that opposite knee. Lower back stays grounded. Reset your pelvis at the top if you need to. Good. A little more than halfway. Lower core. to be firing up, adding that weight through these dumbbells, and rest. You did it. 3 rounds, nice, quick body weight. Grab some water. Wow, get those electrolytes in. Ooh. All right, guys, let's cool down. I'm gonna take my gloves off. Nice. Okay, take a few breaths here. Allow that heart rate to come down. Moment of gratitude for movement, showing up for yourself, doing all the hard things, pushing yourself. It's really something else, seeing your body get stronger, being able to lift weights you never thought you'd be able to lift. Such an empowering feeling. So sit with all of that positivity, all of that gratitude, all of that empowerment, that motivation to keep going, to really build this movement into your life. All right, let's come into a tabletop position. Bring our knees nice and wide, mat width apart. Big toes come together. We're going to send our hips back to our heels. Walk your fingertips to the top of your mat or your workout space. Allow your torso to just melt through your arms. Maybe your forehead connects. Really slow down your breath here in child's pose. Start to allow all the tension to really leave the body. The power of breath really helps regulate our nervous system, controls our stress response. Allow it to signal to the body that it's time to rest. So proud of each and every one of you guys for showing up today. All right, so come back into our tabletop. So as we're in a tabletop, our shoulders are going to be directly over our wrists, hips over our knees. We're going to allow our belly button to just melt down towards the mat, allowing the back to arch, maybe lifting the gaze. Feel that stretch through that front body, all through the core. And now let's flip, tuck that tailbone under, scoop your belly in, push through the palms, allow your upper back to round. This time your head hangs nice and heavy. And as we inhale, we're gonna press that belly button down, coming back into that nice arch. And as we exhale, coming back into that round. Inhale, arching. Feel that stretch through the front body. And exhale, round. Feel the stretch through the back. One more time for each. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale to neutral. Maybe sway the hips from side to side. Start to loosen the back. And then we're coming into a kneeling position. Step that right foot forward. Bend into that right knee. Nice long stretch for that left hip flexor. We're going to hold here just for a moment. Whew. Really get into those hip flexors, especially if you felt them really firing up in those dead bugs. Coming more of an upright chest. feel how that stretch intensifies a little bit more versus when we're leaning forward just a bit, takes a little bit of that stretch out. Now, if your right foot is forward, like mine is, your left arm is going to reach up, right hand grabs that left wrist, pull it over to the right. And then you're just going to flip that if your left foot's forward. Good. Release, come back to our kneeling, right foot back. This time our left foot's going to step forward, nice deep lunge into that left knee. Right leg's nice and elongated now. Whew. Bring that torso upright, still lunging into that left knee. Feel that stretch deepen in those right hip flexors. Right hand reaches up, left hand grabs that wrist, slightly pulling over to the left. Good. Come back to center. Left foot comes back. Coming up to our feet. Taking a nice deep breath in. Arms reach up. Palms together. Exhale, folding forward. We're going to stay in this forward fold. Maybe heel toeing your feet so they're hip width apart. Fingertips can just gently touch the ground, or maybe you're grabbing for opposite elbows. And if you're grabbing for opposite elbows, really allow that upper body to just hang nice and heavy. See if you can decompress through that spine a little bit, maybe by bobbing up and down, maybe by swaying from side to side. Slowing that breath. If your hamstrings are really tight, you just have a little slight bend to your knees. Good. Release those elbows. Fingertips just hang so soft. Bend the knees, slowly rolling all the way back up. Roll those shoulders back a few times. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, palms to center. Again, inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, sigh. One more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, sigh nice and loud. Thank you, ladies, so much for working out with me today. I will see you next time. Have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this workout. Let me know what you loved. Let me know which exercises you didn't love so much. And as always, I'll see you back there.